Hello everybody, Sue Kelly here, and today we're going to make yummy chocolate brownies. They're really gooey, these ones, and they go really well with a lovely cup of tea, mid-morning, mid-afternoon, whenever you just feel like a chocolate perk. There we are. So let's go and find the ingredients and equipment and start baking. Okay, these are the ingredients you will need for your chocolate brownies. We need some butter. Butter is better than the spread. The spread has water in it and it makes things, it just doesn't bake well. So it's the real butter for today. Then we need some eggs, caster sugar, self-raising flour. If you've only got plain, it really doesn't matter. Self-raising just gives it a bit of a lift. Cocoa powder. This is not drinking chocolate, it's the real strong cocoa powder. We used to make hot chocolates with that, lovely stuff. And then some chocolate chips. I've chopped up my own chocolate. You can do that if you wish, or you can buy little packets of chocolate chips, which are easy just to throw in. All right, that's what we need to make our brownies with. And over here are all the bits of equipment that we need. You will want a baking tin to make them in, to bake them in the oven with, and some greaseproof paper to line it so it's easy to get out and less washing up, which is wonderful. Then you will want a mixing bowl and either a wooden spoon, or I use a hand electric mixer, it's just a lot easier on the wrists. A scraper to scrape it out in the end, pair of scissors, a table knife, a tablespoon. These are my digital scales. I know you've got the other ones in the classroom, but that's fine, whatever scales you're used to using. And a mug or a little small bowl just to beat the egg. Thinking about it, we need a fork as well, don't we? So we'll get a fork out as well to beat the egg up with. There's your equipment to use, so you can get all that ready first. And then we're ready to bake. Let's make some chocolate brownies. First thing we need to do is to turn the oven on. I know I always forget, and you're very good at reminding me. So we're going to use the bottom oven, the big oven, the fan oven. Check nothing's in there, that's okay. And we turn it on to about 160 degrees, which is gas mark 5 if you're on a gas oven. And that can warm up while we're preparing the brownie itself. That's fine. What we need to do first as well is to line our tin. So we need the tin, a pair of scissors and the greaseproof paper. And I think the easiest way, I'll show you an easy way of doing it rather than being so precise, is to put your tin in the middle of your greaseproof paper there. Make sure it comes up a little bit that side. We know it's tall enough that side, and a little bit that side, and just crease it over there. Cross the paper. Okay. Flatten it out. Well, that wasn't very straight, was it? But never mind. Cut it across. Cut it down there. We can always trim it at the end. I've got a tin here, it says on the recipe. It's about 20 centimetres by 15. It doesn't really matter the size of the tin. The smaller the tin, the deeper your brownies will be. But the bigger the tin, the shallower they'll be. So it doesn't matter. They'll go a bit further, I suppose, if they're shallower. But they're lovely when they're deep and gooey. Anyway, that's approximately 20 by 15. So what we do is we put it over the top of the tin, and you get your hand and you just push down. Push it right down into the tin like that. Let's see if you can, yeah. And then push your fingers into the corner there. Hold it at the bottom and just screw it over the edge. All right. We're not precise, but it's easy. Then keep your hand in the bottom of the tin, push it into the corners, and just screw it over the edge like that, see? And then we'll keep it in, turn it round, push it into the corner, screw it over the edge, and there we go. It's not the neatest and it's all a bit flimsy at the moment, but once you get the ingredients in, it'll all hold perfectly well. It's much easier than trimming and cutting, and just get it in. Lovely. I've already cut up the butter. I've got 140 grams of butter in my bowl here. Cutting it up just helps for us, it softens a bit and it's a lot easier to mix than one large lump. So there's our butter in the bowl ready. So I will now weigh out some caster sugar. I've got these digital scales, which I'm not used to, but we'll do the best we can. I use a spoon because it's easier to control what you're putting in. Very often I'll pour it and too much comes out, and then you've got to take it out and it all goes all over the place. So we want, what do we do? Just refer to my recipe, 190. Gosh, that's a lot of sugar. Wow. That's why these are so gorgeous. If you've got a sweet tooth and you like chocolate. So there's our sugar. We'll pour that into there. Put that to one side. Next, we need to break the eggs down. Rather than put the eggs straight in, we'll break an egg into the cup, one at a time. Here goes one. And just break it up with a fork. There's two reasons. One, it's easier to mix in. And the other is if you're a bit unsure about breaking eggs and you get a bit of shell in it, you can pick the shell out of there rather than having to fish around in the main ingredients for it. So just break it up a bit. In it goes. And strictly speaking, you're meant to do this making cakes anyway, because if you've got a bad egg, then it's only one at a time in the cup, and if you smell it and you go, oh, horrible, horrible, you can throw that away and you haven't ruined all your ingredients. So these are lovely fresh eggs with rich yellow yolks, free range. There we go. Scrape it all in there. So there's our eggs. Eggs have gone in. Put that knife out of the way. Put that knife there. So we now have a bowl of eggs and sugar and butter. Now it's still lumpy butter, so if you whisk it too hard with the whisk, it'll go everywhere. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the whisk, but just start to mix it in. Go a bit further towards the plug. It's getting a bit tight. So I'm just going to mix it in a little bit. There we go, without turning it on. And then I think, fingers crossed, we'll try and mix it. It's going to get noisy. Right. You can't hear me while it's mixing, can you? So I've beat that and beat that so that it's fairly smooth. Fairly smooth, it is smooth, yeah. There might be the odd little dot of butter in there. That's no problem. It's a very rich mix. I've measured out. We've got 65 grams of the flour there. We've got, I'm just checking the recipe. How much was it? 30 grams of cocoa powder there. And we've got our chocolate chips. So let's put the flour. We don't need to sieve it. It's just a bung it all in recipe. And in goes the cocoa powder. Put those there. So we'll mix those in. Again, do not go straight in with the mixer if you're using an electric mixer. You'll disappear in a cloud of flour and cocoa powder. So just, oh, again, I'll have to go a bit nearer. The electric lead is limiting. So mix it in a bit first with the beaters. And then when you think you're safe, there's not going to go whoof everywhere. We can just put it on the slow one. Give it a good beat. Doesn't take much. And last but not least, in go our chocolate chips. In they go. Give it another, we can go straight in with this. Give it another beat. Mix it all in, and that's our chocolate brownie mix. I'm going to take these out into there, because there's some brownie mix on that. You can either just bang it on the side. I find the easiest thing is just to use your fingers, thumb and forefinger, scrape it down, scrape it down, scrape it down, scrape it down, give it a bit of a shake. That can go over there, and the other one. Scrape it down. That's the worst off, just make a bit of a bang on the side. There we are. And then you can get your spoon and just scrape it off. Or if I'm not looking, which I won't be because I'm on the video, aren't I? You could lick your fingers, couldn't you? There we go. Put that in there. All right, that's our brownie mix, which is now going to go into the tin. Okay. Scraper, spatula, whatever you call it. Let's scrape it down. Scrape it down on the sides to start with. And it's a fairly rich, thick mix, so we won't be able to pour it. We'll have to spoon it out, dollop it in. There we are. Scrape it all out into the tin, and then just push it. Rather than spread it, just push it from the middle out to the sides. Okay. Because we've used self-raising flour, there's bubbles creating the sponginess in there already, so we don't want to push all those bubbles out. So gently, maybe we'll get my knife back again, scrape that off. There's not much there. Convert to the knife. Just spread those last little bits into the corner. So it's fairly flat but not overly spread out. And that just goes into the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. Every oven's different, as I've said before, so we'll keep an eye on it. Okay. Top rail. In it goes. Mind your hands. 30 to 40 minutes. We'll have a look after 30 minutes. Right, it's had 35 minutes. I checked it after 30 minutes and it wasn't quite done. It was still a bit sloppy in the middle, but I think it looks okay now. So let's have a look in here. Oven gloves on. Be careful, a lot of heat, stand back. We'll bring it out. It's still a bit shiny. Can you see it's shiny on the top there? But it looks, if you just press it very lightly, it bounces back, and then we'll get a sharp knife and we just push it in and pull it out, and as long as it's clean, that's fine. So that's done, isn't it? So that took 35 minutes. All right, we'll shut the oven door, put it on the top there, safe, and turn the oven off. There we go. So we'll bring it over. And there we have our chocolate brownie. So it's sort of cooked. It looks sort of spongy around the side, and then it's more shiny in the middle, but that's normal, absolutely normal. It won't be smooth over the whole top. And your best bet is to let it cool in the tin. So put it on somewhere that it's safe, not going to burn, or leave it on the top of the cooker if you like, and we'll just let it cool in the tin. And then when it's cold, we can cut some pieces out. It might sink a little bit, but it's just ever so gooier when it's sunk in the middle. now it's cool enough, I can actually, because I've got these edges, I can lift the whole thing out. That's all right. You can see it just, there's our lovely chocolate brownie. And the beauty is, no washing up. Yeah. So that's our chocolate brownie, and it's very easy to cut. Oh, it's nice. I'll cut a couple of pieces off the edge there. There we are. And we'll just slide the knife underneath, and we'll pop that piece on there. And there is your chocolate brownie. Make yourself a cup of tea and enjoy. Bye. As you all know, things don't go right the first time every time, especially for me when I'm in the classroom. We do have some laughs, don't we? So we thought we'd include on the end here just some of the times things went a little haywire, shall I say. And I'm going to use the electric mixer, and we just need to beat the sugar with the butter, forgot there, until it goes everywhere. Oh no, oh no, oh no. This is very fast, this speed. You're not still Right, okay.
Don't put your head in the butter.
And I don't know if you've noticed through all the videos, my cameraman has been making the monkey climb up the side of the fridge. We're all daft, aren't we? But we enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.